representing here Nebraska, Andrew Norman, accompanied by Gerardo Mesa.
When I say Nebraska, what do you see? When you mention Nebraska to people outside of the state, what do they say? I often ask this question, and most of the responses support the enduring, seemingly unshakable narrative about Nebraska. Flat, boring, corny. Bullshit. Our strengths are legitimate. It's cheap to live, it's easy to live, people are friendly, and the soil is productive. It's the good life, absolutely. But it's not boring, it's not corny, and its flatness makes biking awesome. The Nebraska I see is full of life. It's full of energy and creativity and full of passion. It's full of hardworking people who want to close their eyes sometimes and connect with something greater than themselves. Sometimes that comes in a field, sometimes in a church, and sometimes it's amid a sweaty crowd biting their lips and raising their fists to a musician who traveled from across the country, across the world, or across the street to perform original art at a Nebraska venue. Nebraska I see doesn't self-deprecate. It doesn't shoegaze or aw shucks or say it's sorry. The Nebraska I see has a lot to say, and it comes out in every style of voice, art, and expression. And it always comes out in a dead-eye, firm handshake. But what really gets me excited, what ignites me, is the creative energy in the state. It's the ability to surround oneself with brewers and chefs and developers and designers and songwriters and poets and farmers and carpenters who all are driven to create something original, something uniquely them. Here, people have to do it themselves. DIY is in the state's DNA. And that's what makes here Nebraska so crucial. Our people use utilitarian technology to tell vivid stories about these people and disseminate them to the world. So while 60% of our site traffic comes within the state, 40% comes from outside the state, and 7% comes from outside the country. We produce events that bring together people from across disciplines, races, ages, and sexes to experience something new and always something surprising. And we have our finger on the pulse of people deciding whether to make a life somewhere else or whether to stay and make something here. So we've trained nearly 30 interns who put their own elbow grease into developing their personal craft and our mission, and we've proven how far we can stretch a shoestring. I don't know what you see when you picture Nebraska, but I know what I see. And here in Nebraska, we work our asses off to make sure the rest of the world sees it too. Join us. Thank you.